wrestling.
All right, Dwayne, we're going to chat about the Tooth Fairy. It's coming out January the 22nd. You're doing a ton of promotion for the film, and you kind of teased it in the fall that one of those stops might be as a guest host on Raw. Is that something still in the plans, or did it break down?
No, well, it did break down. I was supposed to host Raw, I think next week, actually. I was supposed to host Raw at some point in January. And talking to Vince, and we were going to create, and we still are, by the way, we're going to create an incredible show. Yeah. We're going to create an incredible Raw, an incredible show. But it fell apart because I had to go promote the Tooth Fairy, and I had to go down into Mexico. But when I'm doing another movie, but after that, we're going to create something really special, and that was important to me. When I went back to the WWE, whenever that may be, I wanted to do something special for the fans, unique for the fans, something badass, something awesome. And in talking with Vince, of course, we've been tight for a long, long time. I've known him since I was 11. So, the moment I say something cool, unique, badass for the fans, something they've never seen, let's do it. He's like, oh, man, let's do it. So I look forward to it. Yeah, whenever that's going to be, we're going to go back, and I'm going to go back, and we're going to have a great time.
Now, you say something unique, something badass. Would that ever include a role? Because I got to know that Vince McMahon is calling up Dwayne Johnson, hey, man, WrestleMania.
I would never rule that out. I've said in the past that I was retired. And by the way, and I meant it, in wrestling was always so special to me. I grew up in wrestling. My grandfather, my father, my uncles, cousins, everybody's wrestlers. So I love wrestling. I had accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish in wrestling, and I wanted to grow as an entertainer, as an actor. So I wouldn't rule out going back if the match is right and we could create something that's really unique and really cool for the fans and for me and for whoever my opponent would be and for the company, then we'll do it in a second. But I think right now we'll go back, I could host it, we could do a lot of fun things even within me hosting. It gives me a platform when I host to go out and be creative and take and literally rip things open. I could take the creativity over here, down here, 50,000 feet up in the air. There's so much stuff we could do.
Now, I'm a reporter from Canada, so there's three things we're known for in Canada: hockey, bacon, and Bret the Hitman Hart, who returned this past Monday. And you were a guy, you were there backstage at the Survivor Series the next night in Ottawa. Shocked that he came back. Were you?
No, I'm not shocked that he came back. I've known Bret for a long time, and our families have known each other for a long time. I'm not shocked at all. But here's the thing with Bret, which I admire, by the way. He was very steadfast in his beliefs and how he wanted to return and whenever that was. So I'm not surprised that he's back. He loves wrestling. He loves it. He's passionate about it. He was born into it, so it's in his DNA, in his wiring, in his makeup. And, knowing Vince and Bret, they're both smart guys. They both love the business. They both will check their egos at the door and give the fans something really special. So I can't wait. I'm going to be watching it for sure.
Now, I want you to play a little Derek Thompson here because as a Canadian, I got to ask you some hockey trivia here.
Okay.
And we're going to throw two questions out at you here.
Let's do it.
The first one, we're from Toronto, and I'm going to ask you, the last decade, the Toronto Maple Leafs won the Stanley Cup, and it was the same decade the Worldwide Wrestling Federation was formed. Which decade, Dwayne?
That would have been in the Worldwide Wrestling Federation?
Yes.
You were trying to trick me.
Oh, yeah.
There.
Worldwide.
Worldwide.
W.
In the 60s.
Very good.
Yeah.
And the next question, the winner of the 2009 Stanley Cup, Kurt Angle's hometown, what was the team that won the 2009 Stanley Cup?
Come on, it's easy. Pittsburgh.
The Pittsburgh what, Dwayne?
The Pittsburgh Canucks. I know my hockey.
Canucks.
No, Pittsburgh Penguins, of
very,
course.
Very good. Now, you have made the transition in your career from wrestling over to acting, and who has been the tougher critic in your respective careers, Roger Ebert or Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter?
Both have been equally tough, and I've known both for a long time. And that's a great thing about both of those guys, by the way, which is why they've had great careers over the years, is because they've been honest with the fans. If they don't like something, and something stinks up either the wrestling arena or stinks up the screen, they'll be honest, and they'll say, well, that sucks. Only Roger Ebert wouldn't say it just quite like that.
And last question,
Yeah.
I know the stuff, it's always been going back and forth. If you were to do a match, would it be with John Cena?
I don't know. That's interesting. I've never been interested in wrestling John Cena in any way. So, for me, the guys who I wrestled in the past, from Goldberg to Hogan, Austin, guys like that, were guys who I really wanted to wrestle. So, I really have no interest in wrestling Cena. But if if it can be done creatively, but not only that, but again, it's got to be very unique. And I think this is where it's important. If in fact I do ever go back, the writing has to be ripped open. It has to really be pushed. That's important to me. And I came from a time, when I was there, it was an attitude era where we trailblazed a lot, and we were fearless in the things we said and the things we did, which always made it so much fun for me. There's a lot of restrictions now on the product, which, by the way, I understand, and I enjoy some of the stuff that I see, and I know the writers there who I've been close with for a long time, so they're always challenged, too, every single week. So if, in fact, I ever did go back, it would be an interesting collision, if you will, of a time, of an attitude time that I love to be a part of, and the time now. So, but I'm sure we could always infuse things and make it work.
All right, there you have it.